we've been deciding on, recording this conversation. We tried it once and it came out very gyani, very serious, and hence we thought we'll scrap that and we'll re-record. So here we are re-recording, and while I was preparing this, when I have a stopwatch which I needed to start here. Over to you.
Arey, what is this, Kalpesh? So I told him that यार कितना serious है तू बंदा, कितना ज़्यादा, too much of process, and I know you guys won't believe me that he's a serious guy, but he's serious about work. So
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Got it. Okay, so raw and real conversation. We're back again, and as promised last time, we want to dwell into happiness. It's a dwelling. It's an unveiling, unwinding, sharing our perspective, just looking at what does it mean to us. So let's maybe a question, and this is what we are trying to answer for ourselves, that what does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? And Shalaka rightly mentioned, I think last time, about happiness and I'll hand it over to you. Okay, so she mentioned that happiness is these days become a commodity. So may I request you to expand?
I need to share one disclaimer here. One thing for all of you all to know. Whenever you see him asking a question to me, either he's lost his line of thought or he's forgotten about it, and that's his way of just getting away. Anyway, jokes apart. Yes, as I said, happiness has become more like a commodity and product, and I think we would have also been a party to it, buying happiness and selling happiness. Um, but that's not what we are here for. It would have happened in the moment, but there was a beautiful perspective that Kalpesh shared, and it really touched me to how we can view happiness. It's very, very simple. Do you remember what you said? Happiness is more from
Yes.
that point.
Yeah. So, and if I may,
Yeah,
I'll share. One of the things that I've experienced, and I'm sharing with a lot of my people, and we do that home. Life overall has become very transactional for us. Our relationship with our spouse, our children, our bosses, our neighbors is all transactional. And it is so much transactional that all of that happens, which includes our happiness, happens from, if I've had a party with my friends, that means I'm happy. If I've gone out on the weekend with my family, that means I'm happy. If we all have one meal a day together, that means we are happy. We've kind of put, I don't know, we've created standards, or we've created hooks which define happiness for us instead of actually experiencing happiness. And that's the conversation we were having, that how many times in a day do we experience happiness versus we intellectualize happiness? And I think that's where this conversation began for us.
And what I want to also tell is happiness is not being content. I don't know why I messed this word up.
Content.
Satisfied. And I told him, like, he said, okay, if you give me do chawal dane ke, I'll be satisfied. If you give me pizza, I will eat pizza. If you don't give me anything to eat, I'll be okay. If I have a bed to sleep, I'll sleep. If I have to sleep on floor, I sleep. And I said, no. If that happens, I'll shake you up. Hello, I don't want this. And there's where, again, um, there was a beautiful metaphor that you shared about surfing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can you share that?
I'll do that. So now it's becoming my interview today, okay? So
because I'm sitting this side. Last time I was there. So this is the interviewer's chair now. I just realized ये chair का मजा है.
Okay, कुर्सी का कमाल है भाई.
किस्सा कुर्सी का.
किस्सा कुर्सी का. So I am not that sage what she said, okay? I was giving her an example that if we if we were at that stage, then yeah, you tell me, okay, this is what you have got to eat today. Okay, I eat that. You don't have this anything to eat today. Okay, I say this. Okay. You don't have any work. Okay. If you have a lot of work, okay. I'm not that reached. I'm not that sage and I'm not reached there, nor can I foresee in my, aage ka 100 years, will I reach there? I don't know. Where it came from was consider that we are all surfers and waves are what we play with. So we go into the wave, and yeah, sometimes there are big waves. Sometimes there are easy waves. Sometimes we are learning. Sometimes we are falling. And I was telling her, I said, "Tell me, do you have waves in your control?" No. Now, do you think all the time there will be wild waves? No. So there'll be easy waves, there'll be wild waves, there'll be waves that you can tackle and you can surf and you can, really come out of it. There will be waves where you may not be able to do that. Point is, who asked you to surf? Who asked you to surf? Nobody, right? You can sit on the fence. Aa jao bahar, sit on the beach, enjoy surfing, have a nariyal pani and celebrate. But no, we want to be there. We want to surf. And then, you know what? I can't just surf only. Life is miserable for me. It will always throw challenges that I can't handle, or I'm not capable. I don't have the discipline. No, I can't do this. Yeah, this is out of my capacity. Or sometimes it's like, they just don't know how to live life. Look at me, how I do it. My whole thing is this whole game of happiness. It's about just experiencing that moment to moment. So you're surfing, some waves you'll be able to handle, some waves you will not be able to handle. Sometimes you will fall, sometimes you will surf easily. Now tell me, if you really, Chalaka, would you like to surf on a beach where the waves are, only maybe about just 2 inches or 4 inches, and just you can keep waving. I mean, you can keep surfing
Just
and
moving.
just moving and you sailing, and life is beautiful. नहीं, but एड्रेनाइल चाहिए ना, उसमें क्या थ्रिल है? Hence, this whole, I'm sorry, and this is my way of explaining, this whole drama of life and happiness is what we've created. And we created because we want to enjoy and we want to have fun. And now, while we are in the race, we are in the game, we are on the surfing board, we are like, "अरे यार, ये ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है, इतना डिफिकल्टी यार, इतना टेंशन, इतना ये प्रेशर, इतना घंटे काम करना है, इतना ये भी संभालना, इतना वो भी संभालना यार." We are playing the game. And no one, believe me, no one can force us to play that game. It is a choice. And all that we are doing. I was speaking to Swani this morning. Yeah, last evening. That everything that's happened to us till now in our life has been a choice. And life is made up of all those tiny, miny choices that we have made, which has brought us here. That choice is why I'm wearing this shirt. That choice is why I have this chair or this laptop or this mobile or you as my wife. It's a choice. And that's what happiness is according to me. A choice.
Well said. Superb. And would that, I mean, so when you're talking about the, what is that called? Surfing. I remembered one scene from Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
Okay.
The last scene where all the three friends have decided that we'll run and there are bulls going to be there behind us. And I see that as waves. And so the bulls are actually, so they run, and the bulls are coming. At some point, all these three friends decide that we just want to take a break. So they just go and stand aside, and the bulls just go in the straight line. They don't come towards the fences. So you're safe there. You're standing, you're watching others running, you're watching others' life happening. You are just taking a aerial view. And then you decide, no, I don't want to sit for such a long time. Let me just get back into the race and work on my life. And they again start running, and there's where the movie ends. And I could just correlate that, we have a choice. Sometimes, we just want to sit back, take a step back in our everyday schedule and just wait. Of course, you should take that break, but just don't be resigned or give up or think that, again, as I said last time, you're not alone. We're all in this race, and I'm not talking about the rat race, but it's the race of life. We've got birth, and we are here to enjoy. And I think being a human being, it is said in the spiritual world, it's a highest good deed that you would have done to get a birth of a human, because we can articulate, we have brains and all the other qualities, I guess.
Yeah, I think we have
I
brains.
guess. That's what I said, I guess.
And that brings me to the story which I was telling you this morning, the video I saw, in which one of the guys is telling the other lady who was under stress that, Bhagavad Gita say, I've learned one thing, and the learning is समय है, निकल जाएगा. And that समय है, निकल जाएगा was so profound that, yeah, in good times, be grounded, because, it's a wave. So you will get the bad times. And then when the bad times happen, don't get bothered, because we say this too shall pass. It's a very profound and very beautiful saying. And that's what it's been. And the way that guy is said in that video is समय है, निकल जाएगा. It's profound. समय है, निकल जाएगा. And now Shalaka has a favorite question on that.
So I generally, we have these kind of discussions, and I always ask, can you define kitna time? How much time? Because I feel that, okay, you tell me 2 months, 2 years, 2 days. Is there a time frame that you can give? Because when there is a bad phase, we feel that it should get over faster, and the good phase needs to last longer. As a human being, yeah, I would be selfish in saying that, but that's what I ask him.
So, two answers to that, okay? The first one, which is my learning, is when you say the bad phase, actually the bad is a definition, right? Is a judgment.
Yeah.
It's a phase. It's a judgment that it's bad. Why is it bad? Because it is not as per what you expected it to be. But none of us are born with guarantees, right? And hence it's a phase. So if you do the blameless discernment, yeah, this is what I wanted it to be. This is what it is, and what's next. And so that is one perspective. The second part you said, how much time?
Yes.
And I'll repeat this for the audience. I've already told this answer to you, so I'm a little biased. I said the amount of time it takes for you to shift your perspective. Yeah, you let go of that as a bad phase. I'm not saying it is what you wanted to accomplish. So, for example, you want to build a business, you want to run a marathon, you want to marry or remarry, you want to get out of something that happened in your life, you want to get over with it. Let go. Acknowledge it. Yeah, and this happened and I didn't want it to happen, but it happened. Okay. What is in my control? What is not in my control? What do I do next? And what's the next right step? Now, the minute you start thinking about this, you move towards towards where you want to reach the journey. And the biggest uh, blunder that a lot of us as human beings do, and Shalak, I think I have hijacked today's episode, but I'm going on with that, is if we have to climb a mountain, what happens is all of us as human beings, or most of us rather as human beings, we end up, बाप रे इतना बड़ा पहाड़ मैं कैसे चढ़ूंगी, उधर तक तो मेरे जिंदगी में कोई नहीं गया, मैं कैसे जाऊंगी, and do I have the tools and do I have the resource? Who knows? All you need to do is take the next right step, one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. Sometimes you might fall short of resources, find out what you need more, gather them, move forward from there. Sometimes you might need to come 5 steps back, then to push up yourself again. I mean, That's the philosophy of life. Take the next right step rather than overburdening. Oh, you know what? I have to take care of this health. I have this commitments. I have this job. I have parenting. I have so many things to manage. I have 3 businesses to look after, 2 jobs to look after. How will I take care of finances? And anyways, you can do one thing at a time. Do one thing at a time in that minute and relax. Jai ho Kalpesh Baba ki. No, but that's my belief, and therefore just thought of sharing. Jokes apart.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Niya. You have to give your closing remarks. We can't close without a closing remarks from Shalaka. You know,
So, do I
breaking news.
summarize?
Yeah.
I'm not summarizing.
Okay. Whatever you want to then share.
I think when what I liked is about the intellectualizing of the product, like happiness, and I'm seeing it as a product. And second is when you said about the bad phase, it's there in the mindset. Yes, there is a setback, there is a dull phase in life, and it keeps coming back as much as or whatever the frequencies might vary, the timelines might vary. But here it's in the mindset to let go, and that will help you bounce back faster, because we want to enjoy life, we want to live life uh, as best as possible in our capacity. So I think this is the crux that I get from our discussion today.
Beautiful. Great. Thank you. Keep enjoying the banter and raw and real. See you soon. Bye bye.